is Uncle Izzy, aka the Paniolo and the Stetson. Now, this is gonna be a little different angle, a bit of a different angle for you guys. So, I posted it on my Instagram, but the situation at hand, I literally struggled for an hour trying to pull off the rear end, which I pretty much did. I mean, I got them off, but the tricky part is trying to forget the clutch or your slipper clutch or whatever the fuck you guys call this. I call it one slipper clutch. Sometimes I call them one clutch. So either way, doesn't matter. The tricky part is trying to forget the key into the port. I don't know if you guys can see that all the way down there. So that's gonna be the tricky part. Now, the only issue I have with this is the fucking slipper clutch has a tendency of doing this. This is the original spur gear, 54 to, and I don't know how much pitch, but this is the result of low maintenance. I mean, look at that. It's missing teeth, all bald. But I went to Medford earlier this morning and I got a brand new one. Now, I don't really take a kindness to plastic pots unless it's like CVD shaft or RPM arms, or if you're going with like plastic chassis. No matter, like those are necessary because these are easy to break. These, however, they're probably the worst ones. So I tried getting the metal ones, but they recommended to keep with the plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this fucking this 54 to spur gear. I don't know if I'm holding this in the right position, but there's that. And never mind my hands. My hands is all boss up and fucking ugly. But here we go. Okay, so I back now. It took me a while to get the music going, but I don't think you guys are gonna be able to hear them anyway. But no can really concentrate without music, huh? Music is life. So you also gotta make sure that when you take things apart, you gotta keep them in the area where you're working. Obviously, my shit is all over the fucking place, but that's just me because I know what I think's there sometimes. So, but anyway, but anyway, I was supposed to be talking about the car. But I'm not really the type for explain like, oh, the fucking size of this or the tool I'm using. You guys obviously already know. I'm not the most perfect person in the fucking world. This is my workshop. If you don't like it, you can go fucking suck a toe or something. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck it is. But that is the result of a complete slipper clutch. You always gotta make sure. Well, I was supposed to record it before I started taking it apart. But you always got to make sure that when you're taking it apart, you have to make sure that this hex nut or whatever you like call it, I call it a hex bolt, anchor bolt. You always got to make sure this is loose, because if you try to rip this out, this entire rear end out, you probably might break something. Obviously, you're going to break something. So I was supposed to record this part coming off, but Never really got the chance again. So we got the spur gear back in, the brand new one. So we're gonna get this rear end back on. Now the tricky part is inside here there's a key part. That's gonna be the tricky part because I gotta align this exactly the way this part is sitting. So at the same time you're trying to put the rear back on, you have to make sure that the key slides in perfectly. And if you lucky enough, you probably might nail them on the first try, which obviously I just did. Lesson learned. You gotta analyze the situation first, or how, in today's world, fucking Google it or YouTube it, whatever the fuck it is. So that's back on there perfectly. Now, the best way that I learned how to check that, you know, to know that this is actually fully functional now and all attached is you take your front end, yeah, this is the front end, obviously. Boom, beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I never expect none of this to work. So we can definitely put it back all together, but we gotta put the screws back in to lock down and anchor down the rear diff. So let's get this back on if I can get them. It's probably just me, but I thread a lot of these heads, like a lot of these star heads, a lot of my Allen keys, my hex keys, whatever the fuck it is you like call them. All of my tools are stripped. Don't ask me why, but they still work. They just refuse to be as efficient as they used to be. One more fucking screw. Get this shit over with. This is not my best work, but it's very efficient. So, here we go. I don't like that one bit. Well, we're gonna figure it out here in a minute. So, we're gonna get the motor back in and we're gonna see how she do. Oh fuck, I lost the screw. Fuck, Uncle's just blind. Okay, I'll be right back. Something not right. I lost the fucking nut that was supposed to anchor this bolt down to prevent the fucking motor from moving. All right, so got the transmitter on. Wait, first things first. Before we turn the car on, I gotta put the fan back on. Fans are going. Okay. So she works. All right. Power is off. Disconnecting the battery. So with that being said, brand new spur gear in. I gotta find another nut for fucking anchor this bolt down, so that way I can go out tomorrow and see how well it performs with the brand new spur gear. So that concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. I will be posting montages on pretty much fucking everything I just did to this car and everything in the near future that I'm gonna do to this car. So stay tuned for that. Let's get this all back together, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Aloha.